I haven't reviewed a Razer headset since Venari Ultimate, as I was very happy with it for a pretty long time, and I still am. However, I always resented the more budget headsets from their lineup since they all tend to suck. But are these really going to change my mind? Are cheap Razer headphones good again? Well, introducing the Razer BlackShark V2 headset. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we continue, I just want to remind you that we have a Twitch channel where we stream every Friday and Saturday from 8 p.m. and to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so why not go ahead and drop a follow? And also don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and also make sure to check out the merch store. There's plenty of black and white sweetness to choose from up there, so go ahead and check that out. And then make sure to take a look at the podcast as well, as the podcast always goes live every Wednesday and Sunday. And with that said, enough rambling, let us get straight into the video. The exterior design consists of plastic. It just feels fine for the price, I would say. It's not a heavy headset, and it's got a fairly simple yet pretty clever design at the same time. These ear cuffs and the headbands consist of this fabric material for two reasons. One, it degrades at a much slower pace than leather does, and it's also more comfortable because it is a softer material. And now the hinge is an interesting one, as it's pretty smooth to adjust and the rails are made of metal, so it should last. You'll find a volume knob for your headset and a mic mute button, as well as the 3.5mm port for the detachable microphone. And when it comes to comfort, these really nail it. The soft cushioning on these are pretty nice, and the clamping force is there, so this isn't really a loose pair, as I like to say, but it will actually stay on your head even if you're moving around a lot. It also does a great job at blocking out or like isolating yourself from outside noise and stuff like that, which is really awesome. These are very comfortable, and that's very important to me, of course. And the built-in microphone sounds straight up terrible, as it's super tinny and makes it sound like you're talking straight through a can. Have a listen of what that might sound like.
Okay, and now this is what this microphone sounds like. As you will be able to hear, it's certainly not the best sound. It is going to sound just very radio-y, I suppose. However, there are some pretty cool things that come with the software. I mean, you can actually enhance the microphone to an extent. It's even got a voice gate. Well, they call it a voice gate, but it's just a noise gate, and essentially it's just so that it can keep other noise out whenever you're not directly speaking into this microphone, though that's just an oversimplified way of explaining that. And just so you know, you can actually EQ the microphone in and of itself so that you can try and make it sound better. It's not going to make much of a difference though, because a microphone like this is obviously not meant for good use. But anyway, this is what this microphone sounds like.
However, the sound quality on this headset is going to be fairly average, and I really do mean that. They don't get very loud, which already is kind of a turnoff, because I'd rather have control over how loud these can be, but they seem to reach a decent safe zone where it still sounds pretty good. A lot of affordable gaming headsets have already caught up to what this headset is capable of, as surround sound isn't exactly handled much differently here than what you would find on other budget headsets, but you can also expect good audio separation, and you should be very much aware of your surroundings in different games, especially more action-packed ones. You still get a pretty good experience with these, though there is an emphasis on the low end, so that might actually get in the way for you, and allow me to explain why. It might just end up getting a little bit muddy on the audio for you if you need accuracy in games, so they can still lack in details that could mean the difference between hearing an enemy approaching you and reacting in time versus not being sure how to react because other aspects of the game audio were overwhelming the more precise sound because of the unnecessary extra low end. So do keep that in mind. I'm just interrupting here for a minute because there is one very important thing that I forgot to mention on here, and it's that you can actually use Razer Synapse in order to get much better sound out of this if you really want to. And they are going to offer a virtual EQ for you, so you can go ahead and mess around with the lows and the mids and the highs, so you can get the sound that you really want for it. You even have some microphone settings as well, but none of it can really fix the audio quality of this microphone per se, so do keep that in mind. And they even have presets, of course, that may work best, like just depending on what exactly you're doing. So I just wanted to bring that up because I didn't want to make it seem like there wasn't any way around the low end being a little bit too low, because that is adjustable, and can be fixed on Synapse. However, when it comes to complaints, I might actually have a few here. I wish that the Razer logo lit up. It is always nice to see that, and we actually miss that with this headset. And I do wish that these could get louder as well, since they sound pretty good and could go a long way to become even more engrossed into whatever game you're playing. Also, the microphone sounds terrible, but this is hard to avoid on a budget headset. And that's really about it. This is a decent headset from Razer, and the comfort is my favorite part about this headset, to be completely honest. And I do know of other headsets that I would recommend instead, since they have a more balanced sound for greater accuracy that cost a bit less, though they're not really quite as comfortable as this headset. That's not to say that Razer's offering is overpriced, but there are other options I'd rather go for given the budget. But if you were looking at this headset, don't get it if you're serious about competitive gaming, because this is not the headset for you. This headset is honestly an entry-level headset for people who aren't too serious about competitive gaming, but want that surround effect per se, or somebody that really just needs a gaming headset for their needs, playing with their friends and stuff like that, but this is not a professional pair by any means. I think that this is a great option for those people, but do look around for other options, and I promise that you'll find a better value elsewhere. Either way, it's not a bad choice, so go for it if you really wanted this one. And if you're interested in purchasing this, then I'll be making sure to leave affiliate links down to Amazon in the description. And if you end up using any of my links down there, such as my links to Luster, which is going to be a great way of finding sales and things of the like, and it's going to show you like a hierarchy of other products that people would rather buy instead of this headset. So it is going to be great in your shopping journey. It's going to help you out a lot. Definitely recommend that you go ahead and click on that. There's also going to be ABUNDA if you would rather finance this headset instead. It'll just be super simple financing with no credit card required. Use any of these links, and I do get a small commission that does help out the channel quite a bit. So I'd appreciate that quite a bit. There's also going to be access to the Tech Summit podcast right here on this channel, so do make sure to subscribe for that. We also have our live streams, or my live streams, I should say, on Twitch, so do make sure to click on that too. Links to all of this are going to be down in the description. You're going to find links to the Tech Summit Discord too, so do make sure to join up there, and links to my other social media, such as my Instagram and my Twitter. But with that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit, and thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.